Paul from Tnooz, after over to you.
Okay, can you hear me okay? So my hack is probably slightly different to some of the other ones in that it's more of a back-end engineering process rather than a final end product. I was very interested in using the tripod data because it ties in with sort of what I'm doing in my day job. But the data was provided to us at the hack event is a flat XML file, and I thought that everyone's going to want to be using this information, but it's not necessarily an easy to use way to build the type of location-aware applications that we like to do. So I decided that also I didn't really know what I wanted to make. So to start with, this was a starting point, was a flat XML file, which was brilliant, nicely formatted, and great data. But I wanted to build something to enable myself and others to build applications very quickly, that are location aware and sort of easy to program with, and also using some of the industry standard location fields. So 2 days after the hack event, I released a JSON API for tripod. So for the non-techies in the room, I'll try not to bore you too much with this. So that involved taking all of the tripod information, putting that into a database, using a third-party API called GeoNames to add some of the standard location fields like the country codes, those sorts of things, and then developing the API and writing some documentation. So this was a page, it's evolved over the week, but it makes it very easy to do things like get back a list of tripods ordered by how close they are to a particular geographic point. So those sorts of calculations that we're going to be doing for our location-aware sort of apps makes that quite straightforward. So that's all quite interesting, geeky sort of stuff, but I thought I better build something that actually works. So, like I said, that API was then released 2 days after the hack event publicly for others who were participating in the event to use themselves. So if they wanted to access the tripod data, they had another source of the data, perhaps in an easier to use format for some of the common tasks that people might be doing. So what I actually developed to show this off was what was called the tripod ad units. So these are location-aware ad units, so similar to Google Ad Sense, where you'd have keyword-sensitive adverts. These are location and interest-aware adverts. So this is an existing website that we run, just to show them in place. So it's a sort of standard sort of niche travel website. So it's got like a page of photography tools. See there, we've pulled in an advert for tripod, featuring some of the tripods who are interested in photography. Similarly to the location, so go to the United States. That's showing tripods in the United States. And if I go into Las Vegas to get in, you have to take my word for it, but that's the tripod closest to where that tour starts from. So that's just an example of the groundwork I did to build this API. Allows those sorts of those things to be built quickly and easily without too much sort of programming. So it's more of an engineering thing to do the back end with the API. But then as a proof of concept, the ad units were sort of I could build those in a couple of hours, and it wasn't all the sort of groundwork. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Just to clarify, so you built something first of all that was available for everybody else to use for their own hacks as well?
Yeah, I'm not sure who did, but I don't think many people did.
Okay, I mean that's an example, I guess, of the kind of the spirit of hack days is that people kind of collaborate and they build tools that other people are then going to use further on. So anyway, well done, Paul.